All right. There you go. Oh, it's right this time. Okay,
That's right.
Okay.
What'd you do different?
Nothing. Oh my God. Hello. Welcome everybody. Come on in. We're gonna get started. We are gonna get started. Making sure we got the live pulled up. And we can see your questions. Chantel has her phone, so she's gonna be going in and out of my live and her live answering questions. So come on in. I want to make sure we can see. Let me click on it. And her live. Cut the volume down. All right. Come on in. As usual, I'm always going to the chef first, and she is always the late one. So y'all come on in and join us to our segment.
So that only happens in this setting because I beat her everywhere else. Thank you.
The pettiness that just happened, you understand what I'm trying to tell you? After we had a wonderful service today, the pettiness that just happened because I work. So
I don't.
She don't work. So y'all welcome her. I see y'all coming in. She talking about I meant morning. Hey, Sateria.
Hey.
Hey, Ashleah. Hey. Listen, if you're logging on, go ahead and start a watch party. Like this video, share this video, okay? Like it and share it for us, please. Please. Pretty please. Thank you. So hopefully this is not a side view. Last time it was a side view, so I think that kind of pushed the viewers away. Again, we are new to this technology, so we are really trying to perfect it. We do have some announcements before we get started. One is we're having a time change.
Yes, we are. We're going to be moving the times to 4:30. I'm sorry. It's at 4:30 now.
Yeah.
We're going to be moving the times to 7 p.m.
on Sundays.
On Sundays. The Saturdays we're working, but now our schedules, are starting to pick up. So Sundays actually will work better for us.
Yes.
The only reason that we did not do that this Sunday is because, as you see, we don't have the best friend shirts on today. We are going to church. It is our Bishop and First Family 24th preaching anniversary.
Yes, it is.
So we're going to go straight to church as soon as this is over. So we want to make sure that we were already dressed, so that was one less thing we needed to do.
Yes.
So that's why we look like this time.
And we are leaders at our church, so it's important that we are on time. So we had to plan and we had to balance and manage. So that's why we're doing this. But if you're not doing anything, please come and join us tonight for worship. It starts at 6, St. Paul Missionary Baptist Church at 3738 Winton Drive. It is across the street from Rhubarb High School if you're on the north side. Nevertheless, put the address into your GPS. It'll bring you straight to us. So come and join us. It's going to be a great night, okay? Great night of worship. And I was about to say we won't be in there long, but
you never know. It's go either way, right?
Ooh, we got Elder Cheatham preaching tonight, so he might just bring that word and we lay it out on the altar. Right. So we don't know how that's going to work. But nevertheless, come and join us. Yes, but please. Without further delay, my name is Sharice Nicole.
And my name is Coco Chantel.
And welcome to our third segment. We named it Besties Tell All, but this segment is called The Struggle is Real. Because, bro, it's real. Okay? It's real. So, how was your week?
This week was a very long week, right? For me, my week started off with pageant stuff. So I did pageant training for a young lady, and we did find out on Friday that she did pass through, so she is actually going to be a part of that pageant. So I was super excited to hear about that. So that happened like 3 days back to back. Still having church and rehearsals, trying to prepare for today. I sang yesterday evening in Winter Haven. Got back on the road and came back to Jacksonville so that I could be in place to serve at my home church this morning. So if I seem a little slow and not myself, I just had a long week. How about you?
Gloss is popping, girl. Come on, this mustard lips, serving mustard teas to the people. Woo. Well, I had a great week. Started off kind of slow. We were very busy at work. But the highlight of my week, I had a mini fashion show last night. There was an event called The Red. Miss Danielle, who is the owner of Authenticity Boutique here in Jacksonville. She's located at, I don't know the address, but it's on 8th Street. Is it 14? I think it's 13 West. Is it the 13 West or 14 West 8th Street? Okay, she has a boutique, so you guys go. She has some great pieces in there. But she reached out to the Style Ave Agency, which I am the CEO and founder of, and we did a mini fashion show. Shouts out to my homegirl, Sateria Renee.
Yes.
She's one of my models. She was serving it last night, so we are going to have some videos of Sis walking, huh? She was giving teas last night. And shouts out to Adriana. She's a young and up-and-coming model, absolutely beautiful. Y'all, she looked like a porcelain doll last night. So it was an amazing success. I am happy to have had the first of many experiences. So the next one, you guys will definitely know about it. I want all you all to come because it's going to be a great night of fashion, music, fun, just good vibes. Yes.
Come on.
All right. So we're going to jump right into it because we had some questions.
Yes.
About the struggle, y'all.
So this week we had a few questions. One was I didn't ask her if she wanted me to say her name. So I'm just gonna read the question.
I'm sorry. Oh, if you just joined, please like, please share, start watch parties. Y'all did not see this side I just got. Please like, please share, please start watch parties, guys, because we want people to view us and hopefully be blessed by what we're doing. I'm sorry. Go ahead. It's okay.
So one of the questions that we got like right after the live we did last week was how did we mend the bond once it was broken? And how did we manage the hurt from the distance, right? So with that particular question, me knowing her, who she is to the core, I believe is what allowed me to be able to manage the hurt from or the disappointment from her saying that she no longer desired my friendship. But I also had to take responsibility for my part in it. I think where the issue lies in friendships is that we always want the person to apologize to us as if we've done nothing wrong. And typically, if there is some type of issue, you've done something wrong, even if it's not in your eyes. Because if this person is my friend and they say to me, you hurt me, then I've wronged them.
That's good.
Because it is their perspective. And it's my responsibility as the friend to say, I understand. And although that was not my intent, I understand what it caused you. So because I am a friend, I am able to say to her, I apologize.
That's good.
Right?
That's good.
And even if you don't feel like it was you, it is still necessary to apologize. So I think for me, it was easier for me to manage it because I knew that she loved me from her core. I knew that she loved me. She was just a little fed up with me.
So I was definitely fed up. I think that to piggyback off of what she said, humility goes a long way in any relationship. Sometimes you can't always be the one that's right. You can't always be the one that has the final say. Okay. Mending relationships has to be the power of agreement. Right. Both people have to be willing to mend. Okay, it can't be one person. Now, in this case, so what we do is she wanted to mend it, and I was saying I don't know when I knew that I did, but if she was not persistent, and if she was not willing to say, okay, Lord, I'm going to let you soften her heart a little bit more, and then I revisit the situation and still stay in there, it would not have been mended.
Right.
So it takes a person of wisdom, a person that they have to constantly be praying for the friendship to work. And the worst thing you can do is in the time of the separation where you're trying to figure out how to mend the friendship, how to get back to where you guys were, especially when damage has been done, you can't hit below the belt.
Right.
You can't continue. You can't talk about the person. You can't discredit them because you're mad, because oftentimes we want to spin the situation and be the victim.
Right.
We never tell the story of what we did. When we tell it like we're the victim and they've wronged us, because we want people to see our side. We don't want people to realize that, like as she said, that there was a role that I played in it too that led to the dissolving of the friendship or the temporary separation of the friendship until you guys can connect.
Right.
So
also you have to be willing.
Yeah.
Right? Was that one issue or that disagreement larger than the friendship as a whole? Right? So we had several, or I did several things to cause her to walk away from me. And it was over time that she decided that she didn't want the friendship. It wasn't that she just decided one day, she did this to me and I've had enough. It was
a build-up.
It was a build-up, and because it was a build-up, it had gotten to that breaking point. But I was willing, and at the time she was not willing. But how much of the stuff have you put up with without voicing the concern?
That's good.
Right? So
That's
is
good.
it really, the hurt that they inflicted upon you, or was it the hurt that you inflicted upon yourself by not communicating?
And I think oftentimes we don't want to hurt the person's feelings. So we don't say how we truly feel. I think that communication is key in any friendship, and we hate to beat the dead horse about this, but we're getting questions. People are asking us from our very first segment, how and why, and give me some steps. And really, I'm gonna tell you the one step that's really gonna help in any friendship: communication. Above everything else is prayer. One of the things that sustain our friendship is that we worship together. We listen to the voice of God as it is related to each other. And there are certain things that God will say, and because of our obedience, one, to the Most High, right, we're able to be receptive first, right? We're able to be receptive of the things that we speak to each other from the voice of God, or what God has given us to say to each other. And so in a friendship, the same way we are with our significant others, our spouses, our boyfriends, we have to be the same way with our friendships that of those people that have come in our lives. And oftentimes we're not. We don't put that work in. We don't feel that it's necessary. We feel like all friendships are disposable. You're easily dispensable. You can be replaced. And something my mama taught me a long time ago: friends come a dime a dozen. You lucky in this life if you get one good friend. But to have 2 and 3, honey, you got favor. Like, you in it, you're in it. Because nowadays in this life, like in this generation, we don't value relationships. We don't value friendships. We are selfish. We do things to each other to hurt each other. We don't apologize. We have malicious intent. Our hearts are not pure, and we still say we love you. Bishop Derek Triplett came to the church today, and he talked about boats.
He was amazing.
Listen, you have to first of all go to SPNBC. The video is live. We went live. Our church goes live every service. Okay, if you want to hear what he had to say, go to the page. Click on the link and listen to this sermon. He was so key and strategic about friendships and relationships, and how relationships are important. And for some of you that are listening to this live, if you think you can do life and not have relationships or friends, you deceive yourself. You are sadly mistaken. You gotta have somebody in your life, a confidant, somebody you can talk to, somebody you can trust to help you do success. To help you do success, you got to have somebody. And in this relationship, my somebody is Chantel. God, and y'all, she take that real serious. But I appreciate that because oftentimes you hear this Chantel talk about all the stuff that she did that make me not want to be her friend. But listen, I have a petty spirit on me. It's real petty. It's petty. And she deals with the slick comments, the slick mouth gracefully. Like I hear her biting her tongue. I literally hear the chewing and the gnawing of her teeth because she chooses not to respond on things where I've just blurted it out. So that's one of the things that I appreciate most about her. But she gets in the boat with me. And when there's an overflow, y'all, she brings another boat to catch the overflow. Okay? So those are the type of friends you need in your life. And if you just joined with us, I see some of y'all coming in. Please like, please share, please start watch parties, please. We really want people to benefit from these videos.
Yes, so I hope that to the young lady who sent me that particular question that helped you.
Yes.
And that if it did not, please reach back out to me because I want to make sure that we answer that question so that particular relationship, if it can be mended, is mended. Right? Because I believe that if you love someone and they love you in return and you all are willing, both parties have to be willing, then it can absolutely work.
Absolutely. And that's the key. Both parties have to be willing. But I ask you a question. If the other person is not willing, are you willing to wait until they are? Are you willing, and I won't say wait until they are you willing that once you say, you know what, I'm not going to press the issue anymore, when they decide to finally resurface, will you be willing to let that person back in? Or are you going to be so hard-hearted that you say, you know what, I tried, that ship has sailed, honey, you missed the mark, I've moved on. Are you going to be that person, or are you going to say, you know what, I welcome you back because I understand that both of us tangled. Because it takes two, right? Both of us tangled, and that is where it's ended. But now that we've had an opportunity to grow, have that separation, let's now get back to a state of healthiness, and that's what matters.
Absolutely.
So I think we had another question.
Yes, we have one more. How did you balance going after your dreams while facing your reality and also being a Christian?
So read it again.
Okay. How do you balance going after your dreams while facing your reality and also being a Christian?
Hey, Juanetta. Hey, Juanetta. Hey, girl. Hey. Hey, Myra. Hey. I'm sorry. Sorry.
So, again, the question is, how do you balance going after your dreams while facing your reality and also being a Christian? So I like the question, but I don't think that being a Christian would have anything to necessarily do in this particular question with balance and reality. Something that I have spoke about personally, not on here, but my journey someone asked a question.
Somebody asked a question, but I don't see it. I heard Sateria say, "That's a good question. That's a good question."
Oh, she's probably responding to what.
Okay, what you just read. Okay.
So what I spoke about on my own personal page with becoming a homeowner. I did like this journey up until my birthday, kind of talking about the terrible decisions that I made financially, and then how I was able to, come out of the hole and then able to purchase a home from my 34th birthday, which was last year. And so with balancing my dreams and my reality. So my dream was always to have a home, but the reality was that I was broke. Yeah, Lord. Yeah, Lord. The desire doesn't go away. Now, when I told my story, people would be like, you didn't miss a beat. I didn't miss a beat. But my version of broke and someone else's version of broke may be something, different. But I was broke, but it did not keep me from desiring, to purchase the home. So I had to make the necessary adjustments personally, even when my reality was I didn't have enough money when I made the decision to walk out and say, I want this house, here's the money. The reality was I didn't have the money to buy the house when I started the process. But when it was time to close, the money was available to me.
Right.
Right? So I think it's about preparation. I think it's about how we prepare for our dreams.
Wow, that's good.
I think it's how we prepare.
That's
yes,
good.
we have a desire to do and be and go and come. We do, but what are the steps that we take to make sure that that is possible?
That's good.
To make sure that we're not hurting ourselves in the process of trying to be, and who are we really doing it for? You know, I think those are the questions that need to be answered, and I don't think we can answer those for you. I think that is a question that you would have to absolutely, it is a self-reflecting moment, and in this, you know, when you word it this way, then yes, take it to God, because he will in fact have to guide you into the next step, into the next phase of what life and your reality of life will bring you. Your dreams are absolutely obtainable. They are absolutely doable, but you have to have a plan. What's your plan? Have you written it down? Have you wrote the vision and made it plain?
That's good.
You know,
where's your vision board?
Where is it?
Where is your vision board? Yeah, you want balance and you want to do life, but you don't even know where you're going. You don't even have a plan, a strategy on how to get there. So if you're asking that question with no plan, no vision, nothing written down, then I think you are in your own way. You're kind of like somebody that is just fighting the air and not hitting anything. Your efforts are kind of like it really in vain. So go ahead and think about or ask the Lord to show you your purpose. You know, identify who you are, whose you are, and then where you want to go. I think she talked about being a homeowner. I cut you off.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Oh, thank you, Keith. So, I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry. So she talked about being a homeowner. When I decided at a very young age that I wanted to be a doctor, that was something that I planned for. It wasn't like a spare of the moment type of thing. I didn't say, oh, I'm going to be a doctor and quit my job. No, I had worked for Florida Blue for well over 10 years. I made very good money. I was in a very good department. I did all kind of legal work and appeals, and I worked with doctors. I worked with lawyers. I worked with nurses, pharmacists. I had a good career at Florida Blue, but it was something that was not what was for me. So had I been comfortable in that spot, because at the time I had lost vision, I had lost focus, you know, in my mind, I wasn't working towards becoming the doctor that I said I wanted to be, because the money was good. I was married. I had a family. Life seemed good, right? But I began to lose focus of where I wanted to go and the things that I wanted to do. And, unfortunately, a divorce came, but fortunately, my purpose came. And so it's crazy. I lost one thing and I gained another. And it became so clear to me that all of the money that I had been investing, because when I started at Florida Blue, I knew nothing about 401k and investing my money and anything like that. As soon as I came in orientation, the lady was like, yeah, just give 7% of your income. And in my mind, I didn't have responsibilities. I was 8 at the time, 16, because I started working as a pay up student, but at 18 you're able to, at the time you were vested, 100% vested, so I was getting pension. She was like, yeah, do 7% of your 401k. I'm like, what's a 401k? Girl, I'm not 14k, no, this 10k on my neck. Like, I was dumb to it, knew nothing about it. And so I did 7%. And the way the lady set me up is every year I went up 0.5% on my giving. Unbeknownst to me, I didn't know what was going on. All I knew was that every year I was getting a raise, and it just seemed like my money was decreasing. Like, how you get a raise but you getting less back? That makes no sense. But it was going towards my 401k. God through this lady had set me up to where 11 years later, I can quit. Listen to me. I can quit and walk away from my job, which paid me well over $60,000 a year, to pursue a dream that I had from a little girl to go to school to become a doctor. And that's what I did. I quit my job and I was able to live off of investments, money, student loans now. And listen, God will deliver them student loans. Did I receive it in the name? If you got loans, stretch your hands towards the computer. I'm going to pray for you in the name of Jesus. I'm just playing. But put your hand in the name of Jesus. Yeah. Oh, you do got, oh, Lord. So, but I walked away from my job through faith. Through faith, I did that. And I have a daughter. There were some things I had to go through. She had to stay behind. But listen, God made a way, because initially I had a plan, and in the process you may lose sight, but God will send people to remind you in situations. So again, for the person that asked that question, you gotta have you gotta identify your purpose. You gotta identify who you are, identify your purpose, and have a vision. Write it down. The Bible says write it down and make it plain. Let your desires be known before the Lord, and if it is within His will. If it is within His will and through your obedience, God will give you exactly what you want. There are stipulations. Now, God is a God of stipulations, men and women of God. Now, He just don't give you what you want. Now, He is a God. You got to give something to Him as well. So, I hope that answered your question, if that makes any sense, because we only have 4 minutes, because we got to go to church. Anybody got any questions while we're on here? I'm looking down. I'm trying to see. Look and see. We got comments. Good stuff. Thank you, John. I hope that answered the person question who asked that. If you guys have questions, you may not want to put it down in the comments, but if you're just joining us, like and share, please. Like and share the video. Start a watch party even after this is over, so someone else can be blessed by this 30-minute segment of The Struggle Is Real. Did you get any questions on your watch party?
I did not get any questions, but I do have quite a few people who joined.
You do have, good. So we have people that join. Listen, if you join, please just don't join. Like, share. Our Bishop Derek Triplet did talk about today. When you support others, supporting others ultimately still sets you up to indirectly benefit from their success. So it's always, I think our generation do a very poor job of seeing something, we admire it, and instead of liking it, we kind of take that thumb and scroll up right past it. I've done it, but listen, that thumb scroll is a seed. For all of y'all that is St. Paul members, that thumb scroll, it's a seed, men and women of God.
It's a seed.
Okay, that like button is a seed. Here, that share button is a seed. Plant good seeds. Share the video. Comment below. Somebody said
yes. So Billy asked this question from me to your co-host. Is how she sent it to me. On why I wasn't invited to walk the runway, because folks say I'm a supermodel.
As I mentioned earlier in the video, I did a mini fashion show yesterday at this event called The Red. Thank you, Billy. And Billy is a comedian here. I won't even say up and coming because sister doing her thing, honey. Her name is Billy Hall. Please follow her. Yes. She has events. She is absolutely hilarious. Let me tell you something. You will enjoy being her friend on Facebook. And hopefully she still have enough spots. But she, Billy, I invited everybody. I posted it. I'm going to take up for myself. I posted it on Facebook. I posted the flyer. But listen, next time you're going to be there. Now, I don't know about walking.
We can practice on your walk.
But woman of God, you're going to be there.
We can practice.
Ushering in your gift. Ushering the people.
She got you.
I got you.
She got you. So I don't have any other questions on my watch party. Okay. And I don't see. Hey, Quinn.
Hey, Quinn. Hey, Bishop. Not our bishop, but Quinn. Look, Quinn is a bishop in real life. He's running from his calling.
Listen, and Quinn love the Lord.
He love the Lord for real. And follow Lil Quinn too if he has friends, but y'all, he might make you upset. So govern yourselves accordingly. Oh, we got a new comment. Hold up.
Oh, it just said new comment.
That's what it said.
It did. It said new comment. Okay.
Okay. Well, friend, go to my live and see. This is terrible. We got to do better about this social media stuff.
It was just where it was sitting there.
Probably people join. Okay. Well, guys, that is it because we have to be on our way to church. Whoop, whoop. We're going to worship Christ our Savior and celebrate our first family. And again, if you're not doing anything, our service starts at 6.
6
Get up. You know, you don't have to be dressed up as we are. Like I said, we're leaders at the church, and so there's a presentation that we're doing today. But if there was no presentation, we would be regular.
Regular.
Okay, so I don't want you to think you got to be dressed up. Come as you are. Jesus will take you. We will take you. Okay, and if you are an adult from the ages of 18 to 39, we also have our headshots and happy hour coming up.
Amen. On this Friday.
On this Friday. It starts at 8 o'clock at the Cookbook. So please come Google Cookbook, the Cookbook restaurant. It will come up.
Yes, it will.
And hit that direction button. It'll bring you right to the location. You like that? Right to the location. You see that? You see that? That bouncing the shoulders? Giving Tina Turner vibes.
Oh, I want to just make a slick comment. So y'all remember how she talked about how extra I was? This is her sleeve. This is her sleeve on her top. So who's extra now? So I want to, before we close, pose the question. You ready?
Yeah, hold on. Look at me. Do it again.
So I want to pose the question.
Do you really want a best friend? Bye, guys. That is too funny. Oh, it's always me.